Hello everyone, this is CJNovo992 and today we're back for another brand new video. And today's video, as you can see, we're awkwardly in a car, ladies and gentlemen, as we're not in the office today. And I know it's weird and I know it's iffy. I'm not in a Rangers top and I'm not wearing the iconic Cappy Destiny. It just Disney feel right to nobody, and I agree with every single person who's currently commenting and screaming at me right now. But I'm not going to be in the office. I'm actually out and about. I've got a couple of things to do today, so I'm not going to be in the office till about 5, 6 o'clock. So I thought instead of maybe sitting waiting and then 5, 6 o'clock comes and then uploading, I'll just do what my actual thoughts and opinions are right now, and I feel like that would be actually better, so that way you're getting just the raw thoughts, maybe unfiltered, maybe a bit terrible. You're probably hating the video, the sound's probably dreadful. You can let me know in the comments and I'll never do this again, but I thought it would be quite interesting just to sit here, me and thee, and have an honest conversation about the Champions League qualifier, because by goodness gracious, great balls at fire, has a lot of people got a lot of things to say. And in my opinion, I do get it, ladies and gentlemen, as everyone's already talking about a trip to Belgium, but I want to look at the two sides as they've now been revealed very briefly. Again, we'll do a full breakdown when we find out who our actual opponents going to be, but I did find it very interesting because on one hand we've got Servette of Switzerland, who maybe not a lot of people know too much about, I should say, and on the other hand we've got Genk, who everyone's already talking about and planning their trips to Belgium once again. And I get it, ladies and gentlemen, but I do find it interesting to look maybe at Servette, because I imagine not a lot of people actually know. Oh no, someone's walking by and watching me speak in the car. Hello, yes, I'm talking to myself in the car. Subscribe if you're new. But we'll carry on here, ladies and gentlemen. Genuine eyes on me right now, but I do find it interesting to look at Servette because I started to laugh when I saw their name, because kind of peeling back the curtain a little bit, see, like when a Rangers player leaves and everything, I like to check in on them every now and again, maybe watch a game just to see how they're getting on. I don't know if you're like that, but that's how I go about my business. And the only game in Cedric Itten's career I have watched since he's left Rangers to go back to the Swiss League, as fate would have it, was actually against Servette. So I have actually seen this team with my very own eyes as Cedric Itten's young boys ran all over them 6-1. Ladies and gentlemen, that's right. The only game I've seen of our potential Champions League opponents were a team that got stuffed 6-1 while Cedric Itten ran all over them, made them their punch bags, taking it away to grab a hat-trick. So aye, that maybe tells you what the league's actually like over there, as big Cedric Itten hit 27 goal contributions out of 27 games. He was lethal as he fired young boys to winning the league title. And where did that leave Servette, people? In second, round about 20 points behind Cedric Itten's side. And maybe that gives you a wee indication of what the team we could potentially be playing. Cedric Itten's played them twice. He's got 4 goals to his name and 1 assist, and again finished 20 odd points ahead of Servette. But one thing I do think is worth mentioning regarding Servette, because a lot of people's writing them off, like everyone's already writing them off, people, but there is one little thing I would say that it could be a potential flaw for Genk, and maybe a wee stick in the old paw, if you catch my drift, is this team, Servette, has already done their pre-season and already played a league game this season as they went ahead and bet Grasshoppers 3-1. So they're there, sharpness and fitness-wise, they're ready to go, and they've maybe got a wee bit of an edge over the likes of Genk and potentially Rangers by obviously coming in to that game, even though we'll have a game or two under our belt. But they're sharp and ready for this game tomorrow, so a lot of people writing them off and thinking they're duffers. That could be the difference maker, how they are regarding fitness. But that's all I've really got to say about Servette. I'll have a full video where we'll break down every nook and cranny if they manage to go ahead and overcome Genk in a couple of weeks when we play them about the 8th or 9th of August. We'll dive into it there, but that's just letting you know they were Cedric Itten's punch bags last season, so it'll be interesting to see if they can overcome big Belgian Genk. And that leads us to this hand right here, as we're still awkwardly in the car. Is the sound dreadful? I don't know. I'll continue with the video anyway. I'm not sure if I'll even post it. But on the other hand, we have Genk, ladies and gentlemen, the Belgian side. And I know what everyone's thinking, ladies and gentlemen. It's yet another Belgian side. I feel Rangers in Europe. I feel like an old school retro Spencer FC YouTube video by shouting it's always a Belgian, because Oyers had the exact same thought. Let's maybe try and avoid Genk. That'd be the only team, because we all had that thought. We all looked at the teams and says, oh well, Genk's the best side out there, maybe let's avoid them so early on in the season. And what's the team that we get? We get what we didn't want. And I do understand the hysteria, and there's a lot of jokes out there. I've been behind a lot of them, but it's just kind of fun and everything like that as well. People playing the Europa League theme tune saying we're going to get beat. I just didn't get it. Genk is a good side, and as I've already said, they are the best side that we could have potentially played that was left in terms of the qualifiers. I get all that, but when you actually look at it and you break it down just as bluntly as this, if you want to actually go ahead and play in the Champions League and be a side in the Champions League and not be embarrassed in the Champions League, you need to be able to look at the likes of Genk, lick your lips and say, aye, they'll do, we'll beat them to get through. That's got to be the mindset, ladies and gentlemen, because if you can't beat Genk, no disrespect to the Belgian side at all, you shouldn't be in the Champions League game. So I'm actually alright with it being a really hard tie, and maybe the hardest tie, because let's see what these new players have actually got in the lock, and let's actually see, as we've got someone here coming ahead and looking at me once again, it's going to part right next to me. So this is going to be a very interesting couple of minutes, but that's how I'm feeling regarding Genk. They finished second just like Servette last season in Belgian football, despite the way they started the season. And I'll tell you something, see if they continue to play the way they did the first 22 games of the season, I would maybe share a thought that's going on Twitter about absolutely bricking my knickknacks, if you know what I'm saying, because the way Genk started last season, of their opening 22 games in league football, they won 19 of them. They were like Arnold Schwarzenegger, ladies and gentlemen, running about dropping bodies in Terminator movies the way they started the all season off. But it did end up falling away for them. They did lose maybe their best player or one of their best players to Southampton. And after that happened, ladies and gentlemen, do you know they only won 6 of the last 18 league matches and somehow fumbled the bag that was well and truly in their hands to go ahead and win the actual league. I did tell you someone was walking by and they're literally just on my left. My arse cheeks are like this right now. But we continue to talk about Belgian football and Genk as they ended up fumbling the bag and losing the league title in unbelievable fashion. I know they've got the split, I know they've got this, I know they've got that, I get all that, ladies and gentlemen, but that's the way they fell away and that's the way it went ahead and happened. So isn't it, they aren't the all-conquering side they could potentially be and what they're getting made up to be. Yes, they had a fantastic start to the campaign, but let's look at the other half of the campaign as well then, shall we? Let's look at it fairly. They did fall away, they did fumble the league, so there's somebody to fear. Didn't think so, ladies and gentlemen, and that's truly all I've really got to say regarding Rangers potentially playing Genk and Rangers potentially playing Servette, as well as yet another person walks by. This is great and a lot of pressure on the knickknacks, but that's all I've got to say. What about you? Let me know your thoughts and opinions down there in the old comment section below. Who do you think we're going to get? Is it going to be Servette or is it going to be Genk? If you're asking me genuinely who do I think is going to come ahead, I do think Genk will have just maybe a little bit too much for Servette, but again, didn't overlook the players that's actually ready to go and ready to be unleashed. They could come ahead and day things to start the old league off. So it could be interesting, it could be vital, but that's all. That's my brief thoughts. I'm excited. Either one of them will get handled, in my personal opinion. And I'll tell you something right now, ladies and gentlemen. If it is Genk and if we beat yet another fantastic Belgian side in European football, I didn't want the keys to the capital of Belgium. Nah, I want keys to the entire country, because we will well and truly have stomped all over Belgium if we go ahead and beat Genk in the next round. But that's all I've got to say, ladies and gentlemen. What about you? Let me know your thoughts and opinions down there in the comment section below. And again, apologise if this video was absolutely terrible. I just thought I'd try something a little bit different right here on the channel, just to give you my instant and genuine thoughts on it. But until next time, I'll be Siege over 92. You will be seeing me in a couple of days, by the way, for something I think you'll be very, very happy about. But until then, take care of yourselves, all the best, and bye.